How could people make a phone in the primitive age? Just a moment ago, the boy and his friends had built a water-powered generator. From then on, they said goodbye to the Stone Age. But they could not store the electricity. They needed to make a box that could hold power. So before anyone could rest, the boy told them to keep working. In modern times, this box is called a battery. They only needed to put 2 lead plates into sulfuric acid and connect it to power. Then the first battery of the primitive age was ready. After that, the boy used the battery to make a light bulb. But to make a phone, they needed an upgraded version of the light bulb, the vacuum tube. The bamboo filament could not handle heat. The boy felt upset. At that moment, Watermelon came back with a shiny stone. It was called scheelite. It had strong heat resistance. Modern light filaments are made from it. But that small piece was not enough. So the boy decided to go to a mine. Scheelite was very hard, so he needed strong people to help. The boy formed a 3-man team with a strong man. He thought the mining trip was like exploring a dungeon for treasure. He felt very happy. There were a few small accidents, but they still got a lot of ore. When they came back to the village, they used scheelite to make tungsten, the strongest heat-resistant metal for filaments. The next step was to make vacuum tubes. To do this, they needed a special glass tool called a Schickman pump. At first, the old craftsman was full of confidence, but when he saw the blueprint, he was shocked. Meanwhile, the boy started to make plastic. He boiled tree sap and poured it on a hot copper to make formalin. Then he mixed it with coal ash and sodium hydroxide. This made synthetic plastic called phenolic resin. The boy also gave work to the magician. He told him to make zinc manganese batteries by following the manual. The magician tried his best to stay awake and started working. When he was almost done, the boy told him he needed to make 800 batteries. At the same time, the boy worked on the phone's voice and microphone parts. He collected pink particles from the inside of wine bottle caps. He put them in hot water with burned seaweed. After cooling, they became sodium potassium tartrate. This material could turn sound into electric current. He placed it into a plastic mold, and the microphone was ready. When everything was assembled, the first phone of the primitive age was born. The boy flipped the switch. Then he suddenly remembered a very important problem. That problem would affect the use of the phone. Viewers, do you know what that problem was?